Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Okay, I'm going to start this off with a pre-record, or not a pre-record, but a short. I'm going to go over a short. Just seen this one just now, and really gave me the opportunity to get this message out because brothers do stuff, or they're doing a thing that I don't like, and it's not to their long-term best interest. But unfortunately, a lot of ninjas don't really think long-term, and they don't really think collectively. They just think like, "Oh, this is something that I feel will slightly benefit me at this point in time right now, so I'm going to do it." We need to stop with that thinking. I'm going to show you what I mean. All right. So let me just switch that and then move it like there. There we go. All right. So right here it says, I think she's feeling me. No sound because of the music. Okay, let me stop right here. This is a NYPD officer, and she's either grotesquely overweight or pregnant. Either way, she should not be like in uniform out there patrolling and stuff like that. It just you every time I and it's not often, but every time I do a video and it's covering New York and they show like the police officers there, y'all gotta tighten it up. NYPD, y'all really do. Y'all looking really Homer Simpson out there. I mean, listen. I don't know what it is. If y'all don't have like a gym at the station, or it's just so much free donuts, or I do not know, but y'all be looking bad. This one, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's pregnant. But look at the caption. It says, "I think she's feeling me," and she's looking away, rolling her eyes, and she looks like she's trying to ignore the dude that's pointing a camera in her face. And she would much rather not have it pointed in her face like that, like any normal person. But, you know, she has to recognize his legal right to do so, or else, we wouldn't get all these, police deletion videos if we didn't have a legal right to film police misconduct. But this chick is waiting for food, and this man is filming it. She's definitely not feeling him. But this whole need for validation to where guys are ooh, she looked at me. That means she wants this penis. That means that she wants it. I mean, come on now. That's not a good look to just go. It really makes like chicks like not want to look at you at all. Like choosing signals will soon not be a thing because you got dudes that's looking to record it and put it on YouTube. Like, don't be that dude. Don't contribute to this whole awkwardness that's between men and women. So yeah, salute and hit that like button. Okay, so I had some work to do this morning, so I didn't really catch the whole thing. But on Dr. Thunder's Obsidian was there. So what I predict is that we're going to see Obsidian in a lot of places, probably and possibly primarily Dr. Thunder, kind of like he did with Bernard back in the day when he was on Mixler, to get his face out there and to, promote his Mixler. And then you paved the way for his eventual comeback to YouTube. So you might see him doing that again. Maybe Dr. Thunder is his new what was it called? Neutral zone, where he does that. And I think that would probably be a mutually beneficial thing for both of them. That was redundant, but oh well. So he's doing that, and of all people in the world, Courtney, I caught the tail end of it, and I was typing in the chat room. I was typing in the chat room because Obsidian said something, and I was like, "Wait a minute! minute, what are you talking about? Obsidian tried to end it with this whole, yeah, YouTube, I've been there, done that. And now it's time to move on because Rumble is the place that, yeah, no, 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 you didn't decide to move on. You was moved on. Like just a week prior, you like, no, I am still on YouTube. Like you was, fighting to proudly state that you are on YouTube. So now for you to say, "Oh no, I've decided to move on." That's like those dudes that get dumped and then or those chicks that get dumped and say, "Oh yeah, well, I decided it was time for me to move on, to graduate to divorce." Or some crap like that. Like, come on now, just don't do that. Don't do that. You would rather not be off of YouTube. This wasn't your decision. You're on YouTube saying that you moved on from YouTube. Like you was on a YouTube channel saying that you moved on from YouTube. Let's not play that game and let's not insult the intelligence of the people who are listening to it. So I typed something similar to that in the chat room. I think I just said like that's like quitting after you get fired. Like that's what I was essentially saying to that. And then somebody said that your girl Courtney Michelle was in the thing, and I was like, okay, let me rewind it back and see what she was talking about. And I listened to the thing, and there's some interesting takes on it, especially coming from her, that I'm going to get into. But overall, it was a reasonably decent exchange. But let me just go in my history and go back on that. All right, give me a moment. Go ahead and hit that like button while I prepare. All right, so okay. Why you don't like what? What are you talking about? Somebody said Obsidian is toast. Oh. Well, I mean, Obsidian is good for coming back, you know, largely because his audience, his non-select audience, he really speaks to them. He really speaks to his audience. So now Mixler is not YouTube. Okay, just so you know, YouTube has the greatest foot traffic there is. That's why people would rather be here than Rumble and other places. It has the greatest foot traffic. There's it's not even close. So yeah, that's just a thing. Um, in fact, people on Rumble like Fresh and Fit, will use YouTube to get access to the foot traffic. They try to still get into. Let me tell you how I found the manosphere. I found the manosphere because of what was it? Because at work they wouldn't allow us to play like music, or excuse me, we couldn't download music apps or any apps to our work computer. So if I want to listen to music, I would have to go to YouTube, which we were allowed to do because YouTube has tutorials as necessary. And I would listen to music all day. And then in doing so, the foot traffic led me to Red Pill Spaces. So that's how I initially found it. Hold on. All right. Here, let me share this with you. His next live show, his next live show is Monday. Okay, see, and you're saying this where? So you're advertising his next live stream show on YouTube. See, people don't advertise their next YouTube show on Rumble. No, YouTube is the best place to get the message out to a large number of people. Point blank period. Let's not pretend like it was your choice. Like, oh no, I always wanted to do this. Kind of like when he wrote the letter saying that, oh yeah, when I parted company with GameChanger and Bernard, like, no, it's not your choice.
Me to do
All right.
what? But the people chess, that's not me tooting my own horn. When every chaos job, it's been my personal at a time when they're concerned about what I'm doing.
Thanks.
Me and Obsidian, we've battled a lot. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. In Obsidian, you are stubborn, you're pig-headed. You need to stop. Leave her alone. Sometimes you gotta know when to pick your battles and when you need to chill. You've not chilled on her. And she's not.
Okay. I understand. I agree with what Courtney is saying. But I don't agree with why she's saying it. Because I think that she's saying that from a place of leave black women alone, leave this particular black women alone. I want to tailor how you approach this gender war thing. Basically, she's just saying surrender, at least in this regard.
Not playing. You need to stop that Rumble page that you have with all that. You need to get that away, remove it. You need to chill. Because she's not playing.
Once again, what she's saying is right. You are giving off vibes like you are doing too much. I mean, at this point, now that he's on Rumble, he really has nothing to lose. Like, he lost his primary source of income, so now he's just like, those people who get kicked out of their apartment, and you had a woman who's throwing all this crap out the window, and he's yelling at the window. That's him. But that's all he has at this point. All he has is yelling from Rumble and saying, see this? You see this? Look at her. We're going to get into what he's doing on Rumble.
Are you done?
At all. Well, yeah, I'll be done, and I'll let, like I said, all this stuff, all the chats or whatever. Don't let the chats and people embolden you to do something that's going to elevate to something else, because it can. You need to stop.
Okay.
Do what you do. Be a voice to the Black manosphere if that's what you want to be. You need to leave her alone. Let her be.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So my response is this: I don't scratch where I don't itch.
That's
and
nasty.
My thinking is this. I'll say it again. I have no problem with the individual in question saying whatever they want to say. I have no interest in censoring them.
Okay. It says sounds like a little bit. Oh, wait, sounds like threats a little bit. Yeah, because it is. It is. It's really just like, hey, remember that bass whooping? Remember that last whooping you got? Yeah, forgot about that last whooping. You need to back down. Remember that. Remember when Fort Harriet, ta-da-da-da-da. Remember that? Ta-da-da-da-da. Remember that? When Debo is here, you don't talk. When Debo is gone, you be talking again. When Debo say, shut up, you shut up. But when he gone, then you talk again. It does sound like that. It is coming off like that. I agree.
I have no interest in trying to cancel them. I have no interest in trying to run them off any platform, anyone. Mention the name. I will defend their right to say stupid stuff. But when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Obsidian, you won the stupidest prize. And that is the prize to not play anymore. It's like going to an arcade, playing the stupid game, and then being kicked out of the arcade. And then you're outside of the arcade playing hopscotch, saying that, oh yeah, that's when y'all play stupid games, y'all win stupid prize. It's like, oh Jesus, you okay.
She's the one that popped off with this. And by the way, this isn't the first time she's done something like this. It happened with Nicki Minaj. It happened with a number of other people. She has a right to do that, but then you can't be mad when people clap back. I merely clapped back and she couldn't take it. She can say whatever she wants to say. I'm okay with that because that's a public square. But when I clap back, just be okay with that too. And that's
why is he making it seem like he clapped harder? Why is he talking as if he got the last clap? Like the way he's describing the situation to Courtney is that he clapped so hard that that Fort Harriet can't take it anymore. That she's on the sidelines whining. Yeah, this is. Oh wow. Okay.
That's the problem.
Obsidian, that's not true, Obsidian.
That's absolutely.
It wasn't a clap back. You reached out to try to find her boyfriend.
No. Let me speak to that. No, let me speak to that. See, this is when you don't know facts.
I do. I know it all.
No, you don't.
Okay.
See. That was a response to what her man did to my lady on Twitter.
I saw the
Did
Twitter.
You know that?
Yes, I saw.
Okay.
I saw it all.
So since he wants to get in the game, okay,
but like YouTube decided that wasn't the case,
and that's fine.
YouTube
and that's
decided
fine. And
that
what
you was harassing
Did you?
her.
No, that's not what it. That's not what it is. No, that's not. That's not. No, that is not.
YouTube decided with her.
Okay, there's no way to prove why the channels were shut down. He would later go on to say that it was shut down. Both of his channels was shut down for copyright reasons at the same time. Now, we can't prove a negative. We can't really prove why it was shut down. Maybe and maybe Fort Harriet can. Maybe she has the receipts. She did say that, she got the notification from YouTube that it has been handled. So that would prove him wrong. But nevertheless, he's going to stick by, because this is that, this is that I didn't get knocked down. I slipped. At the same time, his fist was on my face. Is argument. Like, really? Really? This is like the most convenient, happenstance there is. This is like, wow, right when she was just in the thrall of attacking you, and you admit that she was attacking you, your channel is gone. Like, so somebody's in the chat room saying the third channel. So yeah, it's like, oh no, this just so happened to be copyright strike. I got a copyright strike on a channel that I haven't posted on in 6 years. At the same time, I got the copyright strike on the other channel that I post on all the time. And at the same time, I just so happen to be in conflict with Kimberly Foster.
And not you.
No, but I'm correcting you on the facts. It had nothing to do with harassment. Zero.
Okay. That's
zero. That's a fact.
That's fine. Let's get it out. Okay, that's fine.
That's a fact.
Exit out.
We're talking about facts.
YouTube. The fact is, YouTube sided with her.
Okay. So here's the
and
problem.
not you.
So here's
But
the
I'm
problem.
telling you, hold on, Obsidian.
No, when you
What
hold on, now you-
He's holding on because he don't want her to drive that point home. And essentially the point is that according to YouTube, you were doing the things that she was accusing you of. According to YouTube, you behaved in an inappropriate way. So he's interrupting that point that she's trying to get out.
One at a time. One at a time. One
I
at a
asked you
time.
if you were done, and you said yes. Okay. So here's my
No,
response.
I didn't say yes.
I did. Everybody heard when I said, "Are you done?"
Oh, here, let's
Everybody
let's,
heard.
let's go back. Let's go back.
Zero.
Okay. That's
Zero. That's a
that's
fact.
fine.
That's a
Let's
fact.
get it out. Let's get it out. Okay, that's fine.
That's a fact.
Exit out.
We're talking about facts.
YouTube. The fact is, YouTube sided with her.
Okay. So here's the
and
problem.
not you.
So here's
but
the
I'm
problem.
telling you, hold on, Obsidian.
No, when you
What
hold on, now you hold on.
One at a
Okay. So it didn't happen. He didn't just ask her, was she done? And because she was in the middle of a point and he interrupted that point. Maybe in a previous point, he asked, were you done with that point? And she said yes, but this is a whole new point that you just interrupted. So, yeah.
time. One at a time. One
I
at a
asked you
time.
if you were done, and you said yes. Okay. So here's my
No,
response.
I didn't say yes.
I did. Everybody heard when I said, "Are you done?" Everybody heard.
Okay, yes. Okay.
So my response is this: look, you didn't hear me say, "Hey, man, I'm upset because I lost the channel." I've been here before. I've been here, done that. It's over.
Okay. So I'm going to address this with said. Hit the like button, people. It says, so someone snitched to daddy, YouTube, on him. Sounds like a female tactic. I would never handle conflict that way. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Listen, this whole that's a female tactic thing, you know, that's this, and this, that is done. That is done. Okay. Listen, there was a kid in my neighborhood whose parents was a little bit more strict than ours, meaning that than the rest of the kids, meaning that he had boundaries that we could cross and he couldn't. So when we would play things like tag or freeze tag or something like that, or hide and go seek, we could always run and go past the line that he couldn't go. Like in one, his mom had it to where, you know, it was like a street lamp that he couldn't cross, but we could go to all the way to the end of the street, and he couldn't hop any fences, and he couldn't go into the street, not even a little bit. We couldn't go into the street proper, but we could just go to where the cars were. So we would play tag with him and tag him and then run to a place that he couldn't go. So he was making him the biggest loser of tag. Now, if you take this philosophy that they can do certain attacks that Red Pill Ranger that we can't, then you already you put yourself in an extraordinary disadvantage. I'll give this example. Jonathan Majors situation was tragic because he didn't use their tactic. If he used their tactic, he would have ran away and consulted the nearest police officer and said right then and there, this woman attacked me. Here is the scratches. Here is what happened. And here is the limo driver's testimony. Yes, I would like to press charges right now. Don't give her a moment to go to the club. No, I want to take care of this right now. But instead, it started off as, you know, him having he was being a man, running away from a woman. No. Yeah, I respectfully disagree with that. All right, let's continue.
old hat to me. I just said, no problem. I'll go over here and set up shop. That's all. She has every right to say whatever. Listen, I am.
You didn't go over there and set up shop. You were pushed over there. And you are right now on YouTube in the old shop. You know, you wasn't announcing while you were still in the YouTube shop that you weren't announcing while you were still in the YouTube shop that, hey, I'm going to be going to Rumble pretty soon. So y'all check me out there. Here's the link to my Rumble page. No. You didn't. This was not your decision. Okay, let's get that point out there, because right now you're just showing how disingenuous you are. This was not your decision. This was a decision that was placed upon you. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about the time that I had to beat up Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a little older than me, and he is from a couple of cities from Oakland, a place called Hayward. And I met him one day, and he was looking at me funny. So I decided to beat the crap out of his hand with my face. I was just headbutting his hand over and over and over again. I showed him, man, I headbutted the heck out of his hand. You should have seen me. I was just, I headbutted him with my forehead, my nose, my eyes. I was just tearing his knuckles up. That's what you sound like. That is what you sound like right now. That's what you sound like. Remember that time I headbutted Jackie Chan's foot? Like, that's how you sound. Come on now. I mean, it's not a good sound.
I am a public figure. I go into the public sphere knowing that, hey, this is what comes when you are a public figure. You don't hear me complaining about that.
There was a bit. This reminds me of something else. There was a bit that that they did on Family Matters, where the Winslows, whether it was the mother or the father or somebody, he was always at the house, and they was like, "Go home, Steve." He was like, "Yeah, but go home, Steve." He's like, "Yeah, I just want to go home, go home, go home. I don't have to take this. I'm going home." That's what you sound like right now. YouTube is like, "Get out, Obsidian." No, wait a minute. I'm gonna appeal. Get out, Obsidian. No, wait, let me just fill out this appeal form. Get out, get out, get out. And then he comes back. Yeah, I wanted to leave. Right now he's on the line. Like he's still in YouTube saying that he wanted to leave YouTube.
If I don't like what I say being challenged, then I need to go and do something else. But she doesn't like being challenged in the public square. That's the issue. She don't like it.
That's not true.
Yeah, yes, it is true.
It's not true.
Oh, yes, it is.
You challenging someone, but making 10, 15 videos about her.
So it's supposed to be now it's supposed to be a number.
You pulled.
So now it's supposed to be a number limit.
But no, because it is, because that is considered harassment by you.
But I just got finished telling you that it's not. I just told you. So you're gonna go back to that.
If you wanted to challenge her on her thinking process.
I did. Have you read it? Have you read it? Okay. Madam, have you read it?
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it all.
You read it. So if you read it, then you know that I'm
Obsidian, listen, if you're going back and forth with her on ideology, then why in the world would you have a post of her boyfriend?
Because she put a post of my girlfriend.
But he
put a post of my girlfriend.
Does it?
when Courtney's accent seeps through, it's funny as hell. When she says stuff like, huh, it's funny to me. Don't know why.
It better.
Well,
Who
I
looks
did that.
better?
I
That's
did-
not
So
ideology.
I did it. So exactly.
That's
exactly.
not
And she didn't say,
ideology.
and she didn't say to her man, "Yo, man, that's out of pocket." She didn't do that. She didn't do that.
Obsidian, this is. I mean, calm down. Like I'm trying to give you sound mind here.
No, well, first of all, I didn't ask for your advice. And number two,
All right. Well,
number two,
okay, you didn't ask for advice, but what
No, I
I do
didn't.
know is that
and
He's
number
a little
two,
perturbed.
number two, to answer your question, and to number two, to answer your question, I did what I did because he did what he did.
he didn't post no picture of you
Yes,
and
he
said
did.
who does it
Yes,
better.
he did. Yes,
no, he did not.
Yes, he
That
did.
man did not picture of
Evidence.
you side by
I
side.
have
saying
evidence,
who does it better?
madam.
Who
I
looks
have
better?
evidence.
But you ain't got no receipts. Show it.
Yes, I do. I got
And
a
then
whole
show
folder
it.
full
Put it
of
on Rumble.
I got a
Because
whole
that's the
folder
only
full.
platform that's
I
going to
got a
hold you.
whole folder.
Oh, she cut deep with that. Put it on Rumble because that's the only platform that will hold you. She should have said, "Show us the receipt right now," because it does sound like cap. It does sound like Obsidian cap. Obsidian is a person that caps a lot, and it does sound like that.
Folder full of it.
But you ain't post nothing. You ain't showed nothing. You have no receipts.
Hey, Courtney, I have a question.
You have no receipts, Obsidian. Hold on, let me tell you. Kimberly boyfriend has never posted a side by side. You said who does it better, but you did.
No, I absolutely did.
Where
And
is
I
it at?
maintained that I do it better. Go ahead, Pablo. You were saying.
Okay, well,
Go
let me
ahead,
tell
Pablo.
you,
You-
the
you- Pablo,
lies
you were
that you're
saying, Pablo.
saying is public
Pablo, you were
record.
saying, Pablo. You were saying.
Yeah, now he's hosting Dr. Thunder's show.
Here, 1 second.
Yeah,
This is a good break. We're gonna take a let's take a quick break right here so I can say that super chats. This is Mr. Z just explained.
All right, I don't want to hear a
the
super chat. Sorry.
Obsidian, and then because we might be confused about the
Cyberbullying. It's not all this other stuff. It's copyright. That's what's at issue here. Copyright.
And that's what he's going to stick with. That this is a copyright issue. This isn't what it seems to be. I mean, I would assume that the copyright issue would mean that the channel is taking down the channel that you actually copywrote on would be the one taken down. See, YouTube seems to be a anti-Obsidian, not anti-copywritten video of Obsidians. So I don't buy that. It sounds like cap. It sounds like a flat out lie.
All right, so let's do this. Let's get
Which is
Pablo
ironic.
in here.
Which is ironic, given
Okay.
other
Well,
other issues that I can't go into here, which is deeply
I'll-
ironic.
I'll leave it alone,
Can
Obsidian.
I ask the sister a question?
Pause. Everybody, pause. Say what you were saying, Courtney.
Yes. I'm trying to give Obsidian some sound advice to leave her alone because it's going to get escalated to another form.
She's a public figure, and if she says anything about the black manosphere that I think it's not factual, I have a right to respond.
Okay. Now it's really he's trying to draw everybody. Now he's trying to rally the troops. She spoke against the black manosphere. If she speaks, I am the champion of the black man. No. This is a you thing. This is a you and her thing. This is a you and her and porn thing going on. This is a you trying to make yourself seem better than her boyfriend. So, you can have a shot. I don't know, but you obviously have a thing for the girl. But make no mistake, this is a you thing. Oh, by the way, I went to the channel that was linked in Dr. Thunder's, and yeah, the person that told me is right. Um, it's not there. Like you can't go there. So she took another one down, but I guess that one had copyrights on it too, huh? Anyway,
That's how it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have
One at
That's
a
how
time.
it works.
you have a right to respond,
Mhm.
but your response to her
Okay,
is
Dr. Thunder, is it already 5?
no, Pablo.
Chime in now.
No,
Just
it's
one
not.
second.
I'm
One
still
second, and I'll get
talking,
you.
Pablo.
One second,
dang,
and I'll
now
get you, Pablo.
Hello?
what the hell?
You have a right to respond. What I'm saying is that your response was on a whole nother level because it wasn't response to the Black Manosphere.
I did respond to that.
It was response.
I did respond to that.
It was a response.
Okay, now we're relitigating. Let's not relitigate.
They are not
We're
letting
just
her.
saying the same
Okay.
things over and over.
It was a
People say that in the chat room.
it was a response.
No, they keep interrupting her, so she's starting where she left. Like it was a response, and then okay, let me say. Listen at this. She's trying to get the one sentence out.
What I'm saying is that your response was on a whole nother level because it wasn't response to the Black Manosphere.
I did respond to that.
It was response.
I did respond
So
to
you
that.
see
It
that?
was a response.
Okay, now we're
So she's saying that it wasn't a response to the Black Manosphere, and then she's trying to say something else, like what it was a response to. I think she's trying to say it was a response to her, but Obsidian interrupted twice with what Obsidian interrupted twice. He just chimed in twice, and he repeated the same sentence with both chime-ins. Listen again.
On a whole another level because it wasn't response to the Black Manosphere.
I did respond to that.
It was response.
I did respond to that.
You see that? I did respond to that. I did respond. Like he's doing that so she don't finish this sentence.
It was a response.
Okay, now we're relitigating. Let's not relitigate because we were just saying the same things over and over.
She didn't even say. She's just restarting the sentence, but yeah.
It was
People say that in the chat room.
It was.
And now they're doing everything so she don't finish this sentence.
A response for what she said was soft porn, and it was that.
Oh, you mean the
Saying that
soft?
she
Oh,
did
oh,
was
you mean the
not.
soft? Oh, you mean the soft porn of Black women going to sucking paint parties? Is that what you're
Okay,
talking about? Oh,
darling,
you mean the soft porn of Black women when
Obsidian.
they go to Jamaica and they do all their romance tourism and de facto sex trafficking?
Okay. So somebody brought that video to my attention. It was not soft porn. So I was right about that. It was actual porn. Essentially what it was actual porn with the naughty parts blurred out, which is something that they do sometimes on actual porn. So imagine somebody has like a sex tape and they blur out the naughty bits. That is actual porn. It's blurred out actual porn is what you did. Now, I wouldn't risk it. I'm not going to say whether you should or shouldn't have done it, but I am going to say that I wouldn't risk putting blurred out porn on YouTube. Now, fortunately for you, you would have gotten away with it if she didn't bring it to YouTube's attention. And she brought it to their attention as, oh, he's putting me next to porn. Oh, me, oh, Karen, tears. So she did that. But let's not get it twisted. You did take porn, blur out the naughty parts, and then did a side-by-side of her talking while the blurred out porn was going on. And as I understand it, every now and again, when you blur something out, there's a slip. There is like a frame that the blur stops every now and again, and it reveals what is behind the blur. And from what I heard, that also happened. So at least for that one frame or two, you displayed actual porn on YouTube. Like that scene on Boomerang when Halle Berry and Eddie Murphy was editing the video. It was like, is that a nipple? He's like, no, it's a shadow. And then he was like, it's a shadow of a nipple. He was like, let me blow it up. Like, you know, they were going frame by frame to make sure it wasn't a nipple because this is going to be on a commercial and it's supposed to be PG and you don't want like a nip slip or something like that. So apparently there was a slip in the actual porn that she did, and she capitalized on that. All right. It says, what thinking man uses porn to advance a logical argument? You couldn't do that in academia. It would be a no-go. Yeah. Yeah. It's not the most sound tactic in my opinion. And that's because it is YouTube. This is YouTube. This is not, like a revenge porn site. Oh, dang. I've been saying the P word this whole time. I meant to say corn, but what's done is done. I guess I slipped. I guess, the blurred image slipped on me, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. So somebody says, say it ain't so. So remember, I think it was just yesterday. I was saying that soft corn is something that happens in the 80s. Like that's some 80s stuff, and that's people don't even do that anymore. I doubt that he really did that. This was me saying that I doubt that he did something that insane. But I got egg on my face. I think Danica was in the chat saying, no, I believe he did that. So I got some. I could take some of the egg off of my face because I did say that this dude has admittedly showed him a man that is a habitual line crosser, which means that he'll cross just about any line. And everything that I give regular people the benefit of the doubt of, I should not give him the benefit of the doubt on. And truly enough, I should not have given this dude the benefit of the doubt because he actually did it. Like this man just, I was just like, man, you took a porno, blurted out, and put it on YouTube, and it was like everything's gonna be okay. We gonna be all right. Like, I don't think I would have done that. Okay, so let's go over this. What is soft porn? Soft porn is when a movie is written for the sole purpose of making the sex scenes. The whole storylines just leads to the sex scenes. Like Basic Instinct is a classic soft porn. Like it was really about the you were just getting to know the characters so you can see them engage in coitus. And the same with that crappy 50 Shades of Grey movie. It's like you're really just it was really all about the scenes. Now, the difference between that and regular porn is that it's not that's what I'm looking for. Oh, there's no actual coitus going on. You know, it's staged. You know, there isn't any actual coitus. That's the only difference, or that's the primary difference. Soft corn tended to have a story behind it too, where corn they just go at it most of the time. So that's what it is. And Melody's right. There is very little of that going on nowadays. I don't know why. Maybe because corn is so easily acceptable, but is what it is. No, they have full frontal. They have full frontal, but you're right. There's no penitentiary going on there.
Trafficking, put a plastic bag on it. Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, Obsidian, that could all be true, but that was
Okay,
not.
so if it's true,
But hold on.
If it's
That's
true,
not,
then what's the
that's
problem?
That's not
If
relegated
it's
to
true,
her.
then what's the problem?
Obsidian.
The
listen
claim
to-
was that
Like
Passport
I said,
Bros was
this is
sex trafficking.
Courtney.
See, now he's bringing Passport Bros. Now he's bringing Passport Bros in so he could get some backup. Yeah, he see Pablo's on the thing and probably some other Passport Bros. But really the topic is, should you leave this chick alone? Should you have left this chick alone?
Okay.
Courtney.
By showing
Here, check it out. Check it out.
trafficking by black women.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Okay, pause. Okay, we're taking a break right here.
Obsidian. Let me say this.
Hold up, one second. Hold up. Let's do this, and maybe this will give us some air here. I need to acknowledge a couple super chats, and then I'm going to let Pablo talk, and then we can go back
Well,
to.
let me say this because I gotta go.
Okay, go ahead.
What other women are doing, whatever, where they going or whatever.
So elaborate on that. Are you saying that who was doing the defamation and who was being defamed, I guess? Elaborate on that. I'm curious.
That's not relegated to her.
It
You
was.
put-
It was.
Pablo, stop. It wasn't. That
I really don't like the way she talks to Pablo.
was not what she had.
She had a
Okay, wait, Pablo. Wait,
scheduled that very week.
wait, Pablo. I don't want to have to start muting people. That's not how I try to roll.
Sip and paint that she had was
Oh, you mean
not
sip and
relegated. No, she did not have it.
I didn't say she did.
Well, yes, you did.
I never said
on your
that.
page. You was
I
like,
never said. I
that's
never
what
said
she's
she
doing.
had fucking paint parties. I never said.
Okay. Cut. We're not getting anywhere. I tried that.
Okay, you asked the question. Okay, so from what I've seen, what's her name? Kimberly fought. Well, let's just say Fort Harriet was saying that she does sip and paint parties. Or she's looking forward to being more active and having sip and paint parties. And what that is where women get together and drink. Woman drinks, and then they paint. I don't know, whatever, right? And apparently, most of them is just that, but some of them have a erotic or sexual thing behind it. And maybe I don't know. Maybe the majority of them are like that. I do not know. I'm not a woman that does stuff like that. So, so what Obsidian did, and this is where the corn comes into effect, was he's saying like, okay, sip and paint parties are often this. And then he on one side of the screen, he had her saying that she was going to do and have sip and paint parties while showing a raunchy dancing bear style sip and paint party corn with the goodies blurred out simultaneously. So yes, it was a strong insinuation that she does that.
That a couple
All right,
times. We're not doing that. So here. So thanks for coming up.
You know I love you, Courtney. You're welcome to come over on Rumble. We could talk about that pick-me paper that you're prominently featured in. You made the
I
big time.
know.
You made the big time.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. You know how to reach me. I'll be on Rumble starting Monday. Love to have you.
Well,
All
I
right,
wanted
I'll
to
let y'all
to
go.
ask Courtney a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, I
What's
think
the
you maybe
question? I guess I don't.
go ahead, Kassan.
Okay, so Courtney, I don't know the situation with Obsidian, but can I ask this? If she's making false claims about the manosphere, doesn't he have a right to rebuttal? Doesn't he have a right to bring forth?
Stop making this about the manosphere. Obsidian had a picture of himself next to his husband, like who's hotter, talking about the manosphere. Come on now.
Evidence and information to disprove what she's saying?
I think we have a difference where someone is critiquing the manosphere or making false claims. A critique is what she did. So absolutely, you
That's a stretch. That sounds like some sisterhood mumbo jumbo, but okay.
have a right to critique her. That doesn't mean that you bring her boyfriend up and have a side by side who does it better and keep pushing this sucking stiff and stuff.
Okay, we
That's not
digressing
right.
again. We
It's not
digressing
right.
again. Stay out of there. Stay out of there. We already know that there's nothing in there.
What? She answered her question. She answered his question.
But there's a put in there somewhere. But so what I would say to Courtney is, I don't see that as critiquing. I see it as begging White Zaddy to come and regulate the Negroes.
Now, I do agree
There's a
with you.
video that she did about Passport Bros, and it wasn't a internal conversation. It wasn't the conversation you and Obsidian are having right now. It was a very, hey, look at what they're doing. Come bring in the authorities. I'm going to couch this like these.
I agree with that. This does reek of, a back and forth between a man and a woman. And then at the end, cops are called and, she says, look at this scratch on my finger. Like it does read that.
These men might be trafficking. They're going to bring these women over and they're going to reign over them in a patriarchal way and come regulate them. So it wasn't what you're doing.
Okay, no, and this is where I disagree. Don't let Obsidian drag you into this. This wasn't her calling the law on Passport Bros. This was her calling the law on Obsidian, who's never been out the country. Was not the Passport Bros. It's kind of like when people do something foolish, black people do something foolish, and then when they receive the consequences of their foolish actions, they say, oh, this is an assault on black. It's like, it seems like that's an assault on you, R. Kelly. Like that's, don't, yeah.
10 more seconds. What you're doing is wrong, and let's speak about this, quote unquote, as brother and sister. It is a very Mr. White Man, come regulate these Negroes for me because my feelings are hurt. So it's not like what you're saying, just a critiquing. It's way more and bigger than that. And I'll pause right there.
Well, okay, I'll respond to that because there's a lot of men that's critiquing the Passport Bros. There's a lot of men that's saying it too. So as a man, don't you think that you should maybe battle the men that are doing it?
Oh my God.
Because as a woman, of course.
And this is a more Courtney Michelle just shut up talk. No, what you need to do, Courtney is a mistress of just ignore what the women are doing and focus elsewhere. And in this case, you know, men are talking about passport bros too. Talk about them. Like, don't talk about me as I talk about you.
Maybe women would say it, but why not critique the men?
That's irrelevant.
Because
Wait,
there's a lot of
wait.
men.
The question was directed. So this is what I will say to that, Miss Courtney. Whenever we have a conversation with black women, black men engaging in conversation with black women about misbehavior and about using white racist tools to attack black men, we always tell black men, well, why don't you say something to those 2-3 Negroes in the corner saying something? No, she has the large platform. She's the one asking White Zaddy to come regulate the Negroes. So we're going to talk to her. I really detest this concept that black women do. Wait. I'm almost.
Okay.
I promise you, I'm gonna land in 10 seconds. Whenever we say something to black women always tell us, well, why don't you go say something to a white man? Why don't you go say something to another brother? No, this is a quote unquote sister in the community that's trying to use white racist people to regulate black men. Can I not say something to her ever? Does she always?
Okay. He has part of a point. I wouldn't necessarily call somebody racist who I'm not certain is, but he does have a point. And it's also very poignant that he puts this to Courtney Michelle's attention, like a person who is, or at least, you know, presents herself as a pro-black interest person. You know, like anybody who signs into that camp would be a hypocrite to appeal to white authority, because basically it's saying that you see some benefit in white authority. You enjoy white authority to get you out of this particular situation. You know, kind of like people who complain about Whitey, but they're on welfare spending his money at his stores. Like, you know, you sound like those kids who complain about their parents on Christmas while unwrapping the gifts that the parents gave them.
Get to do that? When do we get to say something to her? That's my question.
You can critique, but get the emotions out of it. You can critique, but let me tell you,
Ma'am, the whole reason she's saying something is because of her emotions.
Hold
so
on.
I gotta.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You're doing that to me.
Okay, go ahead.
There are bigger platforms than her. There are platforms.
Yeah, she's
that
deflecting
have
now.
2,
This
3,
is bad.
4, 5, 6, 7 million subscribers that are critiquing passport bros, and these are men.
So I guess your argument
and
is
they're white men.
I guess your argument is Obsidian should
Why
be
don't you
against
feel
them, not
to
her.
critique them?
Because they're not asking White Zaddy to come regulate us.
Hold on. That has someone that
That was
has
a bad counter argument because
a
they
little
are
bit
White
over
Zaddy. So.
200K. There are millions of subscriber counts to men that are critiquing passport bros. Why not go against them?
Madam, I can answer that question. If I can't say something to someone that supposedly occupies my community and is trying to use white racist society against me, how can I go to the white man and be like, hey, what you doing? When I can't even say something to the woman that's supposed to be occupying my community, that's asking him to come and regulate me. No, Courtney, you asked me a question. I'm answering the question. Wait, y'all. Courtney asked me a question. I'm answering your question very directly. How can I say something to that white man with 7 million subscribers, like you're saying, when I...
Okay, this is... I like his argument, but it's argued in a way that it's not pleasing to listen to. But let me stop right there for a second and say, she didn't critique the passport bros. Is not starting with Obsidian. He made it personal, absolutely, because it is personal. When somebody who seeks female validation as much as Obsidian does, or black female validation as much as Obsidian does, he is going to take stuff like this personal, because she invalidated him and the passport bros. Obsidian Obsidian hitched himself to the Passport Bros because he's seen the momentum that it was gaining after Austin Holloman, and he's like, I want to get in on this. But he's never been like an advocate in all the years, like 10 years he's been doing this. He hasn't had a passport, and he's never been an advocate of the behavior until recently. And someone pointed out that, you know, he kicked Nagone off the panel because, you know, ... But no, Obsidian has always been like, go out and find yourself an overweight single mother of several kids and pay 100% of her bills. And if you're lucky, she will allow you to bend her over your couch. That is what Obsidian is an advocate of. That is what he wants for the plurality of Black men. He wants us to make as much money as we possibly can so we can afford the fattest single mother there is. And if that is what you want, then that's fine. But that is not what the Passport Bros want, because they are Passport Bros. They're going away from the brown sugar. And they are going away from the regular sugar. And they are going away from the sweet and low. Like they're just not into any type of sugar that's grown here. So no. Not only is he not really a part of them like that, having never left the country, one could argue that his message is the antithesis of what they stand for.
I can't say something to the quote unquote Black woman that has 200,000. What can I say to him?
That Black woman that you're trying to critique has a Black man that's loving a Black man. So her critiquing of Passport Bros doesn't mean that she does not love Black men.
She detests Black men.
A Black man.
She detests Black men, and you know it, Courtney. Courtney, don't play obtuse with me. Courtney, Courtney, she detests Black men. He's the fallback.
Okay. Courtney this is not a good argument. And that's because that's like saying that, how can this person be racist? They own slaves. I mean, if you want to see a group of people subjugated and controlled, and you exercise said control over that group of people, then it doesn't necessarily mean you love them.
Plan, and you know it. Don't do that, Courtney. Don't do that, Courtney.
Courtney. Let me say this. Here's the interesting thing going to...
By this logic, that's like saying Trump eats Mexican food. How can you say he has an issue with immigration when he eats Mexican food? And everybody eats Mexican food. It's delicious.
Courtney's line of questioning here. So I can give you a direct one-to-one analog. In the early years of my channel, my first channel, and then at my second channel, I critiqued the bejesus out of Derek Jackson. I critiqued him.
And this is where Obsidian tells on himself, because he's admitting that he's using lunatic tactics. And I think that that's the crux of what she's saying. Like, stop. I mean, she's using sisterhood tactics and it's getting buried in that. But, you know, she wants to say, stop with the ludicrous stuff, or stop with the lunatic stuff. That's what she wants to get out, but she's having trouble doing that. But she's basically saying, listen, you're coming off as a lunatic, putting your picture next to her boyfriend's picture, talking about who's hotter, putting her next to Korn, you're coming off as a lunatic. And Obsidian's rebuttal to this is, I was more of a lunatic with Derek Jackson, which is something a lunatic would say.
Up one side of the street and down the other. And not one, I used his photographs.
You hear this?
Videos.
I'm more of a
used
lunatic.
sound from it, and I critiqued it. And not once. I did damn near 70 videos. 70. I got them all cataloged.
He is comparing his own lunacies. He's comparing his own. He's like, oh, you think I was crazy then? Look at this crazy.
About Derek Jackson. Not one time did he say a word. Not a peep. That's a black man to another black man.
Let me say this, because Courtney, Miss Courtney,
why would you do what? Why did you just say that? Why was your counter argument to this? I followed Derek Jackson around and he ignored me. Is your counter argument that people should just ignore you? Like Derek Jackson did while you make 70 videos about them? Yet the videos that you made about her was in response to a single video that she made about Passport Bros. This is really bad. This is bad arguing.
Courtney, wait. Miss Courtney, you asked me a question. Here's the issue. Does Oprah not have a black man?
Apparently, maybe.
Okay. Does Tarana Burke not have a black man? Wait. Does Tarana Burke not have a black man?
Maybe so.
All right. The woman that stabbed Martin Luther King, was she not with a black man?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry?
The woman that stabbed Martin Luther King.
The woman that stabbed Martin Luther King?
You don't know the story?
Shot.
No, okay. She don't even know. You don't even know this story. Okay. All right, fine. Okay.
But hang on a second.
I didn't know the story either. So I wouldn't be able to speak on it just like him, like maybe it would have been true or not, but yeah. I mean, the fact that you have to, go through Google okay, every now and again you get somebody who comes with interesting trivia and then they present it to a person to seem smarter than that person. Like if I Google Frederick Douglass shoe size and then I veer the conversation towards what was his shoe size, and then, like, oh, you don't know? You claim to be pro-black, you don't know his shoe size?
Hang on a second. Let's take this. Let's slow it down and take it one at a time. Courtney's argument is, okay, you're critiquing this black woman. Fine. But there are white men who are critiquing Passport Bros too. Why don't y'all say anything about that? Now, my response is, I was not aware of that. I was not aware of white men criticizing black men, so that we're clear, and Pablo can back me up on this. A Passport Bro is a black man. Okay? That's where it starts. So if you got white men criticizing Passport Bros, and I get wind of it, and they are saying that these bros are engaging in sex trafficking, I would be tapping on their head the same way I tapped on so-and-so's. I would do the exact same thing. Now, with that being said, I reiterate, I spent anybody with even a passing knowledge of me knows that I'm a critic unreal of Derek Jackson. Everybody knows it. It's a matter of public record. I have made damn near 70 videos. I couldn't believe it. I went back and looked it up. I've made damn near 70 videos criticizing Derek Jackson. Not one.
We know that.
Not one. Hang on. Not one peep from him. Not one. Not one. And he's.
Obsidian is so. That is the lamest thing you're doing right now. That is the lamest thing you could possibly be doing right now, is to say that I was relentlessly pestering somebody else and they didn't snitch. Imagine being being arrested for assault, for spousal abuse, for DV. Imagine being arrested for DV and then say, "Do you know how many times I beat my last wife?" It's like, wait, what? I beat my last wife a lot more than I beat you, and she never snitched. Is that your argument? Is that your defense? Are you kidding me? Is that what you got? Right now, that's what you sound like. You sound like I did what I did to Derek Jackson a lot more. Wait, what is this? GC, are you gonna stop talking about the sisterhood shenanigans because man got his head chopped off by YouTube? No, one thing has nothing to do with the other.
Always had a bigger platform, because that was your argument with the white guy.
No.
Hang on. Let me finish. That I listened to you carefully.
Okay.
That was your argument. Your argument is you're going after this black woman for talking about passport bros. Got it. But there are white men who's got millions of subscribers, and they talk about passport bros. My response was, I was not made aware of those guys. If they had said the same thing she said, I would be going after them too. I then followed up and said, for years, I had been going after Derek Jackson. He's always had a much bigger platform than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done almost 70 videos. 70! And not a peep from him. Not one peep. So for the idea, so let we're clear. So for the idea, I'm not saying you're saying this, but I'm saying it in case anybody might draw this conclusion, to the idea that I'm somehow singling out black women and kind of jumping all over them, which is what my interlocutor is trying to put out there right now. 2 words, Derek Jackson. And I've written about him.
Oh. This is the hill you want to die on in this conversation? I annoy men as well is the hill you want to die on, really? And really, you're just, attacking more his audience, and what he represents for black women than him. But nevertheless, like, it's the same thing. Listen, one of your tag phrases is, "I'm going to make a mint off of exposing black female effery." So don't backpedal like, "Oh no, I don't talk. No, Jesus. Yeah, no. I don't believe you. You need more people. All right, number 16. Appreciate you. It says, you cannot control how someone responds to your actions. He messed with the wrong one, acting like the idiot he is. Way too old to be acting like this. Well, I mean, okay. He behaves in a way that's uniquely him, that has gotten him in trouble. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. But thanks a lot.
In both of my books, both of them. Not one peep from the man. Not one peep.
Obsidian, could I respond to the
Yes.
Go ahead, Pablo.
idea about white men responding to the passport bros? Courtney is correct. One particular white man, His name is Dr. Orion Taraban. He is a board-certified psychologist here on YouTube. And he talked about the Passport Bros, saying that he absolutely understood and approved of everything the Passport Bros were saying was true.
Yep.
About women being more feminine, more cooperative.
I don't like where this
and
conversation
much
is
easier
going.
to attract and engage in a relationship outside of the borders of the United
This
States.
is not a conversation about Passport
You
Bros.
just
Okay.
said that
Madam,
white men.
you brought it up.
No.
She did not bring it up. You brought it up when you were saying that Kimberly Foster is assaulting the Passport Bros, and this is to rally the Passport Bros on your side against this. But you brought up the Passport Bros, and now the conversation is going towards the Passport Bros. But she is smart to not get triggered, and because she's obviously anti-Passport Bro, and go down that rabbit hole, which is where they want to take them. But what she really is trying to get at is that you're a creepy lunatic. She wants to keep the topic on, how she feels that your actions make you look like a creepy lunatic. And your defense isn't much better because your defense is I was a creepier lunatic for a man that didn't do anything about it. So yeah.
No, hold on. Let me say this. It's not an idea of the Passport Bros. You guys can have it all. What I'm saying is that if she critiqued Passport Bros, critique her argument. Her argument had nothing to do with you trying to find him her boyfriend on LinkedIn.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with you.
If you want to talk about that, just ask me about that.
With him.
If you want to talk about that,
you
just talk
took
about
it personal.
If you want to talk about that, then let's talk about it.
You did not critique her.
If you want to talk about that,
you critiqued her personally.
Courtney,
you had a video about her talking about she's a 7.
She said it. I played the tape of what she said.
It had nothing to do with her looks.
I played the tape of what she said. She said it. So I was just responding.
Madam, she did call herself a...
Okay, now you're being disingenuous. You put a question mark behind it. So it's a little bit deeper than that. Let's not say, oh, I was just repeating what she said. No, you're questioning if she is a 7.
7.2. She did say that.
Well,
her own words.
Her boyfriend said it, but her boyfriend is in love with her.
No, ma'am. No. She called herself a 7.2. No, she called herself a 7. I didn't say anything about her boyfriend.
What she said.
Madam,
multiple videos.
Courtney, I did. I'm not speaking about Obsidian. I'm speaking about me right now. So I did, and I called it for what it was. What exactly what I told you is what I said months ago, which is this was not about Obsidian. She was very clear in asking some authority figure to come and regulate these men. She was very clear. I'm phrasing this on purpose because I'm not trying to give you any wiggle room with this critique. No, the argument for her wasn't really about Obsidian. It was about the Passport Bros. And she said it, and they're piling stuff, and they're saying we're mean, and they're piling this ish on our backs. She was very clear in what she was saying and how she was framing it, because it was not about Obsidian. No, ma'am, but no. So what? Here's the so what. The so what is that she was asking white authorities to come and regulate.
Okay, so let's see if he was just repeating that. Oh, she said that she was a 7. Let's take a look. Because I want y'all to peep how disingenuous his arguments and counter arguments is. So when he says things later, you know that he's full of crap. All right. Dang, he did another video about her. This dude is obsessed. But at least he was more obsessed with Derek Jackson. Anyway, it's this one right here where he says, Foster, she's a 7. LAMO. Who told Kimberly Nicole Foster, aka Miss For Harriet, that she's a 7? Question mark. Laughing my A off. So let's be clear. This isn't you just repeating what she said. She called herself a 7, and I was just saying she's a 7. No, this is you like, you're a 7? Who told you was a 7? That is what you are doing. You're full of crap. And you're full of cap. Okay, let me address this. As a traveler, I don't approve of the gender warrification of PPB-ism. The gender warriors like O-Man and others don't have these same intentions. I agree. Which is why I'm not a part of it, because listen, first of all, you're blowing up spots. You're blowing up spots. Like, if I was to say, if I'm just announcing at every turn, I'm going to, such and such grocery store because they got the best prices and this is the best place ever. And eventually they're going to raise their prices. Come on now. Let's not do stuff like that. But Obsidian is basically a money grab for him. It's a money grab. And, if the steam ever dies from it, he's always going to just turn back and say, not on YouTube, but he can later turn back and say, those guys are losers. I got brown sugar.
Like the Negroes. That's the so what? That's what you're
Like they did not do that to.
Wait, so a black woman, wait, understand what you're saying. So a black woman asking white authorities to come and regulate the Negroes is a and.
Did she say white authorities come?
She said the authorities, you already know where it's going. Don't play obtuse. Please.
Austin Holloman?
Ma'am. She's asking American. No. She's asking
said nothing about Austin Holloman.
Thank you. I'm not you're bringing something else in. No, wait, and that, ma'am, Courtney, you're acting like you don't get what I'm saying.
No.
Whatever happened to him overseas with the authorities over there. I'm being very clear. She's asking American white folks, let's not act dumb, to come and regulate the Negroes.
Show me
and regulate the Negroes. If she's asking the authorities, you're acting obtuse. If she asks the authorities, who's gonna come? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna speed this up because this is.
Come on, Courtney, you're not dumb, Courtney. Courtney, you're not dumb.
I'm gonna speed this up because it's taking. Now they're going down the passport, bro.
Courtney. I know you've never engaged with me before, but assume that I'm not an idiot. Heard you before you. And if we're having this, she was begging and asking for the Buster nosing attention passport bros to if you want the black community. That's her issue. That's all.
Okay, pause.
Let me respond.
I can't wait any longer.
Let me respond to him.
Yeah, I can't.
Saying that.
Yeah, one second, Courtney. I can't wait any longer. There's a $50 super chat. I need to say thank you for that, JC Conqueror, for the $50 super chat. Salt honorable.
But here's the thing.
Doesn't happen, man. And then go ahead.
Of her. Beyond that, and it became personable.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to who she was with. Okay. And finding out who her boyfriend was. Mm-hmm. And doing a side by side of who is better looking. Yeah. And that was beyond critique.
Well, it was a critique.
And that was okay. The critique
I was critiquing his sartorial taste.
Okay. The critique had nothing to do with her ideology.
Actually, it
And
does. Actually, it does. I actually wrote about it.
Okay. All right.
I actually wrote.
Okay. I gotta go in a second, but Courtney's full of crap. Because when her and Chantel got into it, Courtney's response was, you got a reserved seat or season tickets or some crap like that at Planned Parenthood. Now, the critique had nothing to do with Chantel's argument, and it was really just downright slanderous. In a very real way. And it was personal. And it was like immediately taken to a personal. She called her, a whore. It's she called me an incel. Like it's all that is her go-to. But now she's like, oh no, you shouldn't be making personal attacks. You should stick to the subject matter. Miss me with that crap.
Wrote about it. But let me say this. Let me say this, Courtney. So we both know that there is a paper written by a Black female academic.
Yes.
Right? We
about
know
me.
About you. Now here's
and
the thing.
It was a whole dissertation.
Right.
So here's the University of Knoxville.
Right.
So here's the thing. Teaching a class.
Right. So here's
about me being anti-feminist.
Yes. So here's the thing. Here's the trick. She who must not be named is throwing my lady friend and you in the same bucket. So
here's the thing.
Hang on. Let me finish. So here you are, windmilling for this individual, and she's throwing you in the same bucket because she's calling you a pick-me too. So it's like hold on.
Just so you know, this is Obsidian's attempt to bring Courtney into the fray, as he's been trying to do. Obsidian wants to address this letter, but he wants to address it with Courtney because Courtney was a part of it. So he's really just trying to get clout off of the buzz of this, is what he's trying to do. And he wants Courtney's help in doing so. He's seizing the opportunity.
Same bucket. She is not making any distinctions, Miss Courtney. She's throwing you in the bucket too.
Well, let me tell you, my page is not gone. Okay, that's one of the differences. A second difference is that I'm going to go against her ideology. I'm not going to look at her husband and critique her husband because it has nothing.
Bullshit! You do the same crap, Courtney. Now, you may not do it as long and as strong as Obsidian, with 15 videos and crap like that. But no, you make it personal instantly. I did a video. You was in this very chat room calling me an incel, like before you even thought to even speak on the topic at hand. It was a personal attack and unfounded at that, about who I am fucking or not fucking. So that is some bullshit. I addressed this on an academic level. No. You are that chick. You are that. You did that crap with Chantel. You are that chick. You make it personal real quick, and you made it personal with Obsidian, reminding everybody how Kevin Samuels didn't really give a shit about that nigga. Like you go there real quick, and now you're here saying, "Hey, you shouldn't go there." That's immature.
She's not married.
To do with that, she's
not
married.
She's not married.
She is married. She is married.
No, she's not.
Yeah, the woman that critiqued me.
You talking about, okay, so that we're clear.
Yes.
You're talking about
she's married.
And here's the irony about that. I'm gonna go back to the point in a minute. The irony about that.
Here's the thing.
Hang on. The irony of, ladies and gentlemen, there is a paper And I'm going to put it up in the chat room so everybody knows what I'm talking about. Just give me a minute.
All right. So Ray H says something. Courtney Michelle said that about Chantel because Chantel wanted to beef with her. If you start the beef, everything goes truth or lying. Okay, so let's say Courtney goes by that philosophy. Then why is she telling Obsidian right now that you shouldn't go there? I mean, anything goes, right? So how come the anything goes philosophy is not applying to Obsidian right now?
I'm going to put it over in my Dropbox, and I'm going to drop the link so everybody can have the link so that you know what I'm talking about. There is a paper written by a Black female academic out of the University of Tennessee. Miss Courtney Michelle is from the state of Tennessee. The paper is about what they refer to as tactical pick-me-ism and the pick-me's of the Black manosphere. That is the argument. Okay? Now,
this is just more advertising.
They have a small. That's
what Obsidian. He's like, I'm not going to go against her husband.
No. I think you're mixing up some things here.
Now here's more of Courtney talking about she's not going to make it personal.
I think I see where the disconnect is here now. I have yet to actually respond to that paper. I know about it. I contacted you about it. I have yet to respond to that paper. I think we're confusing she who must not be named, who is a graduate of Harvard University, but she is not an academic. So that we can make the distinct time she gets a chance to the of Tennessee. Here's the trick here. Check this out. I have said to lovely ladies that are coming to Black women. That's the point.
It's not about windmilling. If I'm going to have a discussion on ideology, that's what I'm going to have. I am not going to go personal with.
Now you see, Ray H, what I'm talking about. Now she's just sitting there, like, you know, with the monocle and, you know, the British tea outfit, you know, and she's sitting there at tea time talking about, you know, if I am going to have a discussion, I am not going to make it personal. And then you rewind to when she first thing she does is make everything personal. That I'm calling out that hypocrisy, Ray H.
With her, because that's not what debates do. You don't go, look at your husband. Look at he fat.
You don't go.
We don't.
You're a whore, or you're
But those
an
people
incel.
believe the personal is political, Miss Courtney. They're doing what they're doing from a personal place. They're just framing it differently.
Let me hold on. Because what Obsidian is saying is that I'm on a different level. Okay? I am actually fighting on a collegiate level.
Oh my God.
There's none woman. Okay, you can hate me for whatever. But Obsidian will tell you there's not none woman. Call them all 6 the Crimson, whatever. That's not fighting on a collegiate level.
I agree with that.
Feminist.
I agree with that.
Not one.
She was, ladies and gentlemen, so that we're clear, the paper.
Not one.
So that we're clear, so everybody's on the same page. The link, I'll put it in the private chat as well. The link to the University of Tennessee paper about pick-me's and the manosphere, written by that prominent, we had of the paper going after pick-me's and accusing my. So Courtney is correct to say, entree, as I am aware, in a good fight. She is
not
right.
One.
But to the heart of the matter, we Black men all have better things to do than fund no bread left behind relationship insurance program. Teen saying doctors, they say something, but you need to have some discernment. Mr. Radar, language and comprehension.
The reason, you know what I'm saying, you know, me and Obsidian, you know, we have a very hate-love relationship, and that's fine. And I appreciate Obsidian for telling me that. But we, you know, as far as a woman, that has been in the space, and we talk about male advocacy, male, ain't none woman but me has been in space on a collegiate level.
Holy
true.
crap.
True.
University of Knoxville can claim that.
Fair. That's fair. That's a fair thing with.
Absolutely. Oh, well, I'm saying
I
because I
think
had to
what
check her. I said, oh, what we're not going to do is a dissertation, and she has a class, Obsidian.
Yeah. So I got it.
What I just want to tell the brothers to do is like, listen, women are a wonderful and beautiful add-on, but you should be building. You should be creating your
Oh,
business,
holy
seeking
crap.
power,
Okay.
and making
And
moves
that's
in the
when,
world.
yeah, she left. That's when the conversation is over. Here we go. Courtney, how long have you been here? How long have you been here? Before you say leave me alone, how long have you been here? I'm curious. How much do you believe I was bothering or attacking you versus Obsidian? I'm curious. I got to know. So it's very presumptuous of you to assume that what I was saying wasn't to your benefit or favor. Am I right? Because we're like an hour and 36 minutes in. And you're like, oh my God, leave me alone. When for all you know, I could have spent the last hour and 30 minutes saying that, Obsidian should not have done what he done. And if he hadn't have done what he done, he wouldn't be where he is. Why would you presume that? Why would you presume that this is that this was just like an anti-Courtney Michelle hit piece? I'm curious. I truly am. I'm not being flip or anything. I'm curious. I'll wait for the response to that. Okay, so in lieu of a response, she's probably going back and looking at the video, because that's what many people would do in a situation like this, and that is when they make when they make an assertion, or I would say even like a baseless assumption of something. Instead of her saying, something, what I did was baseless, the assumption I made was baseless, she's now going back in the thing looking for a basis for the assumption. That's why there's no response, because she's not listening to the video real time. So she's looking for a basis for the baseless assumption that she made. But no matter what, you just got here, you don't know this song was about you. But and I hate that you did that. I really do, because when it comes down between the discussion that you had with Obsidian, it could be Obsidian was making claims that in the past, basically it was a matter of who started it and how. And Obsidian was making the claim that she started it, she made it personal first, and you were saying no, I didn't, or no, she didn't. But now that you're making baseless baseless assumptions, you're showing a pattern of that, meaning that your assumption that Obsidian, attacked her first was baseless. So that doesn't go to your favor. it doesn't. So yeah, dang. You come up at the wrong time and do the wrong thing. Like regular. Like that's that. But anyway, let me see here. Let me just check one thing before I get out of here. All right, so Bernard is going to go on in 5 minutes. That's what I was looking for. Bernard is going to go on in 5 minutes. So we're definitely going to want to get the link for that and head over there. But let me read some comments before I get out of here. And let's see. So Marco, we need to get together to talk about Scopo girls. For those of you who don't know, there's an epidemic in Colombia about Scopo girls, and what they are these chicks that walk around, and really, I guess the best way to describe it is ruffian guys in Colombia, and the guys are waking up broke. And Marco is somebody who's lived in Colombia for quite some time. I don't know if he's ever been Scopo. That's something we'll talk about. But yeah. Apparently, okay. Here, I'll give a hint of what we'll be discussing, and that is Colombia is unique because that is where the flower grows. That's where the flower that they make the stuff grows. And so assuming because of that, they get it real cheap if they don't make it themselves. And, they're using it to get money out of tourists. We're going to be discussing ways to protect yourself against that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So stay tuned for that. And let me read this. Oh, somebody said, okay, I'll make you a mod. Oh, why not? All right, because you probably get timed out. So stop timing people out. Listen, people come here with disagree. I'm not one of those people that, unless a person is a complete retard or something like that, there's no sense in timing people out. If they have a difference of opinion or a strong opinion about something, only if they have their sole intent is to disrupt. But that's not the case here, so don't do that. But yeah, I'll give you a wrench just to protect you against timeouts. And I really don't have much of a problem with you besides your stance on relationships in general. So let me do that, and then I'll read the super chat, and then I'm gonna head over to Bernard's. So let me take care of that. But yeah, Courtney, watch the video. Don't just come in seeing that, oh, why are you doing? No. I favor myself in this video to be balanced, and which is hard to do because I'm not a fan of Obsidian. So yeah, I'll be fair in that assessment. All right, let's see. Add this moderator. There we go. Standard. All right, so that's done. All right, let's see what Marco has to say. Let me tell you, I watched your video yesterday and you had a very good discussion. Well, so yeah, I mean, listen, I do have my personal opinions of people, but I do try to stay balanced. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so here's Marco. Says my model's undefeated. Never we lost to old holes. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I prefer younger women for a number of reasons. I find them physically more attractive, but more so, they have more years of looking like that. But the primary reason is because I'm a childless man and I want women that can produce children for me. Marco has a far different philosophy than me on this because he solely sticks with women between the age range of 18 and 24. So, Courtney, know that when he calls you an old hole, he would have been calling you that for about 15 years now. And that's because his definition, like, yeah, so know that. And let me see what this is in response to, because I think Courtney said something about this old hole or something like that. Let me see. I was scrolling through and I seen it earlier. Okay, no, I scrolled back. I scrolled up too hard or too far. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, so it says this expired hold is getting married. Okay, congratulations on that. While you guys are still coming in your old socks in your mama's house. Okay, see, it's stuff like that. Now, and this is something I did address in the video, because what this is the personal attack. It's a personal attack based on assumption. And this is the exact same thing you was telling Obsidian not to do to for Harriet. But yet it's the first thing that you did to, in this case, Marco. Now, I'm going to show you Marco's page. And this is so you can understand why you shouldn't give baseless assumptions about anything. And also the hypocrisy of you telling Obsidian not to yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. But when you was talking on Dr. Thunder's, like, oh, we should do the academic collegiate approach, et cetera, and stick to the topic at hand. This wasn't that. And it never is that with you, Courtney. You're telling Obsidian to do something that you refuse to do. You always go there first. You always attempt to make it personal first. You did it with Chantel. You said something about abortions and Planned Parenthood. You called her a whore. Like, you were not attacking her stance on a subject matter. Same with me. You called me an incel. You made assumptions about my intentions with Chantel. Like that is your MO, and it's also Obsidian's MO. But you're telling him to do something different than you're not practicing what you're preaching. I'm gonna throw that out there. All right. So, and once again, this is me being balanced. Now, here we go. This is me being balanced. So, this is Marcos, who is, I don't know if he classifies himself passport bro, but he is an American expat from Southern California who now lives in Colombia. So, and this is his most recent post in his apartment, in his place in sunny California, or excuse me, in Colombia. So here we go. And so I don't think after this video turns off, he'll be jerking off into a sock. Unless that's what he's into. I don't think that is the life that he, now that's the life, just like you accuse Chantel, like that's just what you do. And I don't know if Azrael is fat, but if not, that's another baseless, yeah. So dang, Court, like, I mean, and I don't even mind that you do this, But if you do it, don't tell others. Then I gotta call that out. Like I can't help but call that out. Hey GC, you are a hypocrite for allowing this El Grande non-black person to call black women out. Let's see, out her name, but you give Obsidian hell for Pearl, huh? He's basically saying this is a description again, but that's neither here nor there. And he knows that if he was to say anything as regarded as slavery wasn't that bad, I would call that stupid. So yeah, you gotta soup bone. You gotta come better. All right. Let me look for some more before I wrap this up and head over to Bernard's. Cholesterol over 2,000. So listen, I don't mind you doing it. Like even when you did it to me, I don't mind you doing it. But don't tell Obsidian not to do the thing that you do. Like regularly. That's your go-to thing. Okay, and he's not fat. And Marco probably don't jack off into a sock that often. So, yeah, it's a thing. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I guess we have to. So I'll be doing a show with Melody Amber. Stay tuned for that. About to go record that right now. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing next while I'm listening to Bernard. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who listen silently and those participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.